Back, about 250,000 active duty military members will transition out of service and into civilian life in 2020.
And for most of these families, it's the first step in finding a new career. Yet nearly 44% of veterans leave their first post-military job within a year.
There are different reasons for this, but the root causes are the same. Soon-to-be veterans need both guidance and some support.
Here to help us is Clay Stackhouse, a former U.S. Marine Corps veteran and manager at Navy Federal Credit Union.
We also have Christopher Plamp, a former U.S. Air Force veteran and the CEO for Hire Heroes USA. Thank you both so much for being here, and thank you for your service to our country. Let's first start off with this list. What are some of the ones that made the top for you guys?
Well, thank you for having us. And yeah, we had a demand signal at Navy Federal from veterans that said, look, this transition is very stressful for us. So we set up to do some research, and we interviewed over 1,000 veterans transitioning over a year period. We did online surveys and got their thoughts and their concerns about transitioning. And before I tell you the top of the list, what's important to remember is that it's not a one-size-fits-all list at all. As a matter of fact, if you transition after one tour, say out of the Army, or if you transition like Christopher and I did after 25 years, we surveyed all of those people and got their thoughts and feelings. So the healthcare, obviously, healthcare was the number one. It was government and public admin is number two. Defense contracting, information technologies, IT, and then financial services was 5. But what really struck me is how all of these professions, all the way down the list to 10, overlap.
And the big thing is to remember this list isn't just about average salary or starting salary when they get out. We also looked at the benefits that veterans get inside of these industries, along with the amount of veteran population is in the industry. Are they actually looking to hire veterans?
Benefits, besides the benefits there, what are some of the reasons why those jobs are best for our veterans?
Well, one of the big things is that when veterans get out, they join the military to serve, and we find that veterans want to continue to serve, and we find that these industries bring that to it. I mean, take number one, healthcare. They're going back into service. They're going to help other people in the healthcare industry. The other key thing we looked at is if there's a career path through that industry where it's not just their first job, but can they get in and they can find a successful long-term career in these industries.
Yeah, remember, Christopher and I made this transition, so we are well familiar with how stressful it is. As a matter of fact, I wish the list was out when we made our
Absolutely.
I definitely would have used it.
And then tell us lastly, what are some of the factors to consider for success as they're moving forward with this transition?
That's right. So they have in the military, there are all sorts of resources you can use, but remember, your life is going to get much more complicated as you transition out, right? So Navy Federal was concerned to know that they weren't necessarily aware of the fact that they weren't going to have dental when they got out, or health care, food is going to be something they're going to have to get on their own. So a financial institution who you trust that can help you, who partners up with someone who can help you find a job, is a pretty good start to ensure that your transition is as good as it can be.
We find time and time again through survey after survey that the number one help that veterans are asking for is help with employment. But what they have to remember is that it's not just about the salary you get. It's critical that they find the right job for them, and then they're more likely to stay in that job over time.
Real quick, gentlemen, we don't have much time, but tell us again what traits veterans have that employers desire.
By being in the military, you gain some traits inherently. Just by going through basic training, you're starting to get followership, you're starting to get leadership, you have peer leadership, and then the military is so IT integrated these days, you're going to get some technical skills as you get out. All of these skills are good for companies throughout the United States.
Thank you both so much for your time and again your service. Where can people find more details?
So we'd love for you to come to NavyFederal.org/bestcareers. We have the list and all other stuff to help you.
And if you want to know more about Hire Heroes USA, we're at hireheroesusa.org.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll have all this information on our website, ciproud.com. Just click on the Good Day Central Illinois tab under News.